early. Mystery Card wider out was forward with Presumed Red, and Gamila's the widest runner, but pressing on with Amy's Dream to try and hit off the others. Amy's Dream and Gamila together after 200 metres. Presumed Red was third, Playful Bell on the rails fourth. Mystery Card's a length and a half further back fifth, and Terse Versus on the rails. 3 wide Tower Seal, and a length away Classical Miss as they drop anchor. A few of these horses are finding it difficult to settle, and one of them is the favourite Terse Versus, starting to pull her head off. And as they work down the side at the 900, Tower Seal, who was 3 wide, whipped up and went to the lead. Tower Seal a length in front of Amy's Dream now. Third, Gamila. Fourth, the inside Playful Bell. And fifth, the outside Presumed Red. Mystery Card eases out 3 deep, and then Terse Verse a length back on the inside. Second last now, and Classical Miss was at the rear. 600 left to go, and Tower Seal in front. A half a length to Amy's Dream, now away from the rails. And now Gamila's 3 deep third, and back on the inside Playful Bell ridden up. Presumed Red 3 wide, then Terse Verse, who just dropped the bit there for a stride. Mystery Card ridden along, and Classical Miss on the rails as last as they enter the straight inside the 400. Amy's Dream got ahead in front of Tower Seal. Gamila third, then Playful Bell. Terse Verse easing into the clear and running on hard now, the favourite. Amy's Dream in front. Terse Verse is closing though. Amy's Dream in front. Terse Verse gets level. The favourite hits the lead out wide. Terse Verse draws clear, and the first favourite's going to win. A good display by Terse Verse. Beat Amy's Dream and Playful Bell third, and nose in front of Classical Miss. And then Gamila, Mystery Card, Tower Seal, and back of the tail was Presumed Red. Number 1 gets the first. The odd tempo of the race certainly was against her, because she found it difficult to settle in the early stages of the race. A truer pace come into it perhaps from about the 600 or 700, and she was too good on the line. I think she was the best mare in the race, and there wouldn't be much doubt about that. And she's overcome a few difficulties to score number 1. It was rather easy on the course. $1.90 on Zeditave is way under her bookie's price, but she's got the money. From Amy's Dream, who's been racing very well. This mare's trained in Mount Gambier by Richard Wilson. Won here 2 runs ago, and her effort was quite good. She adapted well to the tempo of the race. And after the photo for third, number 7, Playful Bell, ridden by Greg Child. So on the first event, it's 1, 5 and 7. Terse Verse is a 4-year-old mare by Our Poetic Prince out of Darting, raced by J. Allen, G. Reardon, T. Molnar, Mrs. J. Lazenby, P. Walsh and Dar Wallace. And Greg Urell, the trainer, Stan Sakos, the winning rider. Amy's Dream second, Lincoln Coffee at $1.90 the place, and Playful Bell number 7, Greg Childs, approximately $3.30.
They're off. Well, Star of Haley was nearly last out of the barrier stalls, and Four Glow, one of the smartest to begin, headed by Diamas. Going up very quickly is Enchant, and not far away as they sort themselves out, Stupenda, followed by Eucharist. And then at the head of the others on the outside, making a little bit of ground, is Brianna in company with Casey Ann. A length and a half further back, Trevisa, and then Super Carla, Winter Garden. Star of Haley second last, since when the trailer. Down to the 600 they go, and Diamas steady. Lead 3/4, Stupenda. Four Glow wider out third. Enchant fourth, hugging the rails from Casey Ann and Trevisa, and 2 lengths Brianna, followed by Eucharist. Star of Haley faces a huge job from there, and then Super Carla. Winter Garden now drops out second last, and 2 lengths to Since When, but straightening up, 350 to go. Enchant got to the front. Diamas dropped off quickly. Four Glow, Stupenda second and third, followed by Casey Ann knuckling down to the work, and then comes Star of Haley. Here's Casey Ann out after Enchant, and quickly Casey Ann surges to the outside, but got the better of Enchant, and then comes Star of Haley, but it's Casey Ann. Casey Ann a length and a half Enchant. Star of Haley did a big job to get third after blowing the jump. Then Super Carla, Four Glow, followed on the outside next by Since When, Trevisa. Then Brianna, Stupenda dropped out. So did Winter Garden. Eucharist second last, and Diamas pulled up quickly at the tail of the field.
Zeditave 1, Casey Ann, $7 and 180. 2 Stupenda, 270. 8 Star of Haley to return 110.
Wash up on the New South Wales tote has paid $7.60 and 2.30. Number 1 the winner. 3 and 8 will be minors. Enchant number 3, ridden by Andrew Payne, to pay $2.30. And number 8 Star of Haley, who was almost last out of the barrier stalls. And it's hard to give away starts like that over 1,100 metres. And she's made up many lengths to get third, to pay $1.20. Casey Ann having her first start since the Jim Crack Stakes, when she ran second behind Crimson Flight. She's a chestnut filly 2 by Mononga Healer from Lady Myrtle Perrott, trained by Gary Portelli at Warwick Farm for himself, R.C. and Mrs. A. Ellis, B. Brown, J. Henry, Ms. J. Scott, Mrs. D. Cooper, N. Diggerolamo and S.A. Kerr, so plenty to share the spoils of 23,120. 1, 3 and 8 are official Enchant, a filly by Marauding, trained by Clary Connors, and 8 Star Haley, a filly by Mukaddima, trained by Tim Donnelly.
And the runners just about set. Away they go now. An even break with All a Blur out wide beginning fast, and also Jetting jumped out much better today. Eastern Jet, Touch of Mahogany, they're all up there early. Moet Man was 5th, and then came Revillion. Londoner next from Our Rami Guest, La Zagaleta, Helm. They're getting well back early with Smart Banker, who's second last, and 2 lengths to Sahara Shams. Touch of Mahogany drives up along the inside of Jetting. All a Blur 3 out 3rd, and then Moet Man, who's in the orange colours on the inside of Revillion. 3 wide Eastern Jet, 4 wide Londoner, and then Helm and La Zagaleta both very wide, and then came Our Rami Guest from Smart Banker and Sahara Shams as they turn on the inside. Touch of Mahogany narrowly in front from All a Blur. Jetting's under pressure, then Revillion. Further out was Londoner, then Helm and La Zagaleta. Down inside the 200, Touch of Mahogany about a length in front of second, All a Blur. Helm very green. Smart Banker starting to flash home. Touch of Mahogany's got a break though from out wide Smart Banker, and Touch of Mahogany's won it. About a half a length to Smart Banker. Helm, Jesus, green as grass and has something to learn but has ability. He's in a very close photo for 3rd with the tiring All a Blur, and La Zagaleta, similar to Helm, was all over the shop. Can only improve on that run. Then Revillion, Moet Man. Next in Londoner, Sahara Shams, Our Rami Guest. Eastern Jet knocked up, and so should a Jetting.
Yes, for Mark Flaherty there, the winning jockey of Touch of Mahogany there at $25.50, $28.60 and $25.70. Good performance. Smart Banker second, and Helm, as Dan mentioned, has some ability because he did fly home there for Darren Gauci into 3rd spot there. But that's a nice shot of Mark Flaherty going to the line there on board Touch of Mahogany.
Racing this time, Fair Raider dwelt, missed it by 3/4 of a length, and actually the best out was Google, leads a half length on Snore Curtain, 3rd, followed by Grim, and then comes on the inside Analytic. Making some ground is Congress from M now. Fair Raider racing very, very ungenerously, and Wonder Young Bravo racing down past the 700, and Google steadied in the leader length Snore. Analytic 3rd on the inside, and Grim is wider out, followed closely by Curtain. 2 lengths to Fair Raider Congress, a couple to M now, and ahead on the inside, and in fact going to second last now, Young Bravo. M now not travelling well back to the tail of the field. Google will lead them on the run to the home corner, and around the bend they travel. Google a length and a half on Snore. 1 away 3rd is Grim from Curtin. Analytic the inside, and Fair Raider taken to the extreme outside, and nothing else can win. Down to the 200, and Google taken on by Snore, a length and a half into Grim, followed by Fair Raider. Curtin sticking on well. The leader now is Snore. Snore by Night Shift. About 100 to go. It's a length on Curtin. They beat off Google, and then Grim and Fair Raider, but it's all Snore, and Snore wins it well. Snore beat Grim, 3rd Curtin, 4th Google, 5th Fair Raider. Then came Analytic, followed by M now Congress, and last was Young Bravo.
Number 4, Snore, 5.20, 2.20. 9, Grim, 1.40. 6, Curtin, 2.30.
The Woodland Stud Syndicate coming up with a nice snappy name by Night Shift from a mare called Snippety. A Chestnut Gelding 2, and his return on the New South Wales tote 490 and 180. Number 4, Snore, Corey Brown 1st. Second placing will go to number 9 and number 6 in 3rd spot. 9 Grim will pay $1.60, and number 6 Curtin in 3rd spot will return $2 neat. Those numbers are now official, 4, 9 and 6. The runner-up Grim is by Personal Hope from Miss Exec. By a Brown Colt 2, Clary Connor, Sea Carmody and Curtin. A Chestnut Colt 2 by Captive Edition from Curtin Time, Paul Perry, Shane Treweek. The official 4th was number 8 Google. The time for the race was 1:05.92. 1:05.92, which is a little slower than KCN took in winning the fillies division. 35.06 was the sectional time here, so they've come home 0.40 better for the last 600 than did the winner of the first KCN. It's 4, 9 and 6.
This is 103.9 Triple S Racing.
Melbourne.
Blazing Reality threw his head up in the air and was eased back after the jump away. Special Dane and Al Mansour both came out running. Landed 2.5 in front with Special Dane getting to the front from Al Mansour. 2 lengths for the back, Stella Cadetti on the inside of Tau K, and 3 last of all is Blazing Reality. Down to the fence goes Special Dane, and Al Mansour quickly goes up on the outside of him. Sits back a neck about 2 for the back, Stella Cadetti, who's a neck in front of Tau K, 4th the outside, and 2 to Blazing Reality. At the 600 metre mark, and the leader Special Dane. Right with him on the outside, Al Mansour, 2.5 further back now as they quicken up is Tau K, who got up to 3rd from Stella Cadetti, who went a little roughly around the turn, and last of all Blazing Reality, only 4 lengths off them on the turn. Special Dane ahead in front, Al Mansour under on a hold on the outside, going up now to lay it down to the leader, 2 to Tau K from Stella Cadetti and Blazing Reality. Cassidy looked over his shoulder now on Al Mansour. It drew a neck in front of Special Dane, who won't give without a fight, and Blazing Reality out wider. Al Mansour in front, Special Dane fighting back from Tau K, but he's too good, Al. Al Mansour gets the prize. 3/4 Special Dane ahead, 3rd is Tau K. 4th home in the middle, Stella Cadetti, and close up 5th of the runners is Blazing Reality.
And the winner there, number 2, Al Mansour, at 140 for the win and 104 for the place. In fact, the finals are 170 and 120. 3 Special Dane 150 for Tau K, no third.
Number 2, Al Mansour, to return 170, 110. 3 Special Dane 160, no third for 4 Tau K.
And he's got home number 2 Al Mansour in 13.95, 1395. And it's 2 the winner, Al Mansour, Larry Cassidy, the outstanding 3-year-old, this horse from Queensland. From 3 Special Dane, Greg Childs, who wouldn't give in without a fight. And 3rd, 4 Tau K, written by Eddie Wilkinson. 4th in Stella Cadetti, and last of all Blazing Reality, who loomed up and looked a good threat down at the 200 metre mark.
At the barrier at the Gold Coast.
Correct weight.
They're off. High Wire from the inside just dwelt a shade, missed it by 3/4 of a length, and Port Loriga was first away, commencing very quickly. Over on the inside, Bay Tights a length away, and the 3rd spot is Bowsman, followed by High Wire and then Basics. A length and a half to conspicuously Atomic Melody, followed about 2 lengths away by Lineage. Zeus's Million second last, and Royal Refuge is the tail ender. About 900 left to go, and a little under that now, and Bay Tights a clear-cut leader from Port Loriga. 3rd as they go to the 800, Bowsman. Basics 4th. High Wire, 1 off the fences next, and wider out is conspicuously then Atomic Melody, Lineage, Royal Refuge, and a little more than a length then to Zeus's Millions. Along to the 600 in this order, and Bay Tight from Port Loriga and Bowsman. 4th is Basics, High Wire is next, and then deeper out conspicuously a couple of lengths Atomic Melody, Royal Refuge. Second last is Lineage, and last is Zeus's Millions. Back 10 lengths from Bay Tights. Mal Fitzgerald goes for home on Bay Tights, and in the stretch down past the 300, Bay Tights a couple on Port Loriga, followed by Bowsman conspicuously, and High Wire is next, and Len Beasley's got the persuader on High Wire at the 150. Bay Tights still in front from Bowsman and Port Loriga. High Wire conspicuously. Bay Tights ridden for dear life by Mel Fitzgerald, and Bay Tights will win. Bay Tights beat Bowsman and Port Loriga from High Wire, Basics conspicuously, and then Atomic Melody, followed by Zeus's Millions. Lineage has run second last, and last was Royal Refuge. Well, Malcolm has done it in Sydney. Malcolm Fitzgerald, that's his first Metropolitan win since resuming race riding. He's
4 Bay Tights to pay $16.70, $3.10 on Super Tab. 1 Bowsman, $2, 2 Port Loriga, $4.20.
more bad luck than probably 500 jockeys put together. He and Wayne Harris fall into that category. And it's great to see him back here and back on a winning note. The horse was very fractious in the gates, but settled well, jumped nicely, and has ended up paying $9.90 and $2.40. Number 4, the winner, Bay Tights, Mel Fitzgerald, and a very happy Malcolm as he passed the post, waving his whip. Number 1 is Second Bowsman, ridden by Matthew Scourse, has paid $2.40. And number 2, Port Loriga, ridden by Chris O'Brien, 3rd, has paid $3.90. And a High Wire, number 7, who missed the start by probably 3/4 of a length and only plugged down the straight, has finished officially 4th. It is 4, 1 and 2. The time was 1:18.34. 1:18.34. It's a little under 3 seconds outside Gold Arch's long-standing race record, 34.24 the sectional, and the win was a comfortable 3/4 of a length with a neck between second and third, 34.24 last 600. The winner, Bay Tights, is trained by Johnny Roberts at Wyong for Mr. G. Berham. A Bay Gilding 3 by Tights from Meteor Minx, ridden by Mal Fitzgerald. Beating Port Loriga, a Bay Cold 3 by Dane Hill from I Like Crystal, Ken Mann at Culnura, Chris O'Brien. So the Central Coast have provided the Quinella with Scone Preparing Bozeman in the Mac Griffith stable by Delphinus, made of Winge and Avea Brown Gilding 3, written by Matthew Scores. 4, 1 and 2 on race number 3. Quinella 49.70, Exacta 99.60, and the trifecta $694.
Racing. Vitronite may have missed it about a half length, and Double Time a bit slow into stride, and Comet King bounced in front of Western Concerto. Moving up Zeditave on the outside, Santiro, and from the outside showing very good speed also is Centre Century heading up towards the front. Santiro led from Centre Century. 2 further back, Comet King, Zeditave and Lauderdale 3 out. 2 further back then came Vitronite, now gets up to be running 6th on the outside of Western Concerto, a length and a half further back Cryjan. They're followed back behind those by Regal Rilla. Then came at the head of the others Alpha Amati, followed by Abolition and Double Time. They're well strung out, and the leader on the inside, Centre Century, now joined by and headed by on the outside Lauderdale. Lauderdale putting a good speed on, went to the front, a length and a half in front now from Centre Century to Santiro. 3 further back, Zeditave 4th on the outside of Comet King 5th. They got out 3 lengths in front of Vitronite. The pace is okay in front at the moment. Further back, Cryjan. Then Western Concerto, Wonder Regal Ruler, followed by Alpha Amati, and well back in the race, our position, and last of all is Double Time. Down the side they race at the 800-metre mark they go, and the leader Lauderdale. Lauderdale at about 2.5 lengths in front now from Centre Century. A half Santiro, 2 further back in the race, then Comet King. Vitronite starting his run, he goes up 5th on the outside, being niggled at there by Die. Then further back Zeditave, who's dropping out from Western Concerto. The others well back, nearing the turn, Centre Century, Lauderdale, Santiro joins them, and now Vitronite about to come to the outside, 2 lengths off them. Santiro took the lead on the turn, Vitronite into the clear. Then further back, Centre Century, Vitronite given a crack with a whip, goes up to Santiro now, wants to roll in. Die straightens the favourite up now, but Vitronite took the front from on the inside Santiro from Comet King, but away goes Vitronite. Too good for these, and Vitronite, Die having a look over both shoulders. Vitronite by 3 lengths, Santiro second, a length third. In the race would have been Comet King. Running on is Alpha Amati, followed by Abolition. Centre Century back near the inside, and further back in the race Western Concerto. Then Lauderdale, a gap in the race, Regal Ruler, followed well out of it there by Cryjan. Double Time, and Zeditave certainly didn't run the trip, he ran last.
3 Vitronite, 170 and 120, 6 Santiro, 260, 8 Comet King, 760.
Number 3, Vitronite, 180, 120. Number 6, Santiro to pay $2.40, and 8, Comet King, $8.80. Correct weight Canberra, race 3 on 112, 7 weights right Canberra.
At 5th, but the pace was certainly on down the last 1,000 when...
Orange 368 should be the numbers at the barrier.
Off this time. Young Inch was last out, and dropping back early is Admiral Luskin, and one of the early leaders on the inside is our Alaric, joined by Pete's Passion. Don't Disturb trying to head the pair of them, and Switch to Me making a line of 4, a length and a half to Potomax Boy, followed closely by Palace Ruler Young Inch. 2 lengths to Lend a Hand, and then Admiral Luskin going through on the inside of Nocky. A couple to Kingstown and 3/4 San Diego. Switch to Me to the lead now, and down to the 1,000 pole. Switch to Me opens up by 2 lengths on Pete's Passion. Third on the inside, our Alaric. A length and a half the favourite Don't Disturb, and then Young Inch inside Palace Ruler, and Potomax Boy out 3 deep. Then Admiral Luskin, a length and a half to Lend a Hand, followed by Kingstown Nocky, and last is San Diego. This is the order coming onto the side of the course, and down past the 700. Switch to Me, 2 lengths Pete's Passion. Our Alaric a neck back on the inside, a length and a half Don't Disturb, Potomax Boy wide out. Over on the inside next is Young Inch from Palace Ruler, Lend a Hand, Admiral Luskin, followed by Kingstown. Second last is San Diego, and Nocky is last as they swing into the straight, and Switch to Me first for home, about 3/4 of a length on Pete's Passion. Up on the inside is Admiral Luskin. Don't Disturb is next, and a length the Potomax Boy. Alaric is trying to weave a clear passage over on the inside. At the 200, Don't Disturb racing up quickly, but Lend a Hand is out after him, followed by Pete's Passion at Admiral Luskin. Lend a Hand and Don't Disturb from Admiral Luskin and Young Inch. It's Don't Disturb and Lend a Hand on the outside. Don't Disturb. By gosh, it's close between them. Third is Young Inch, followed by Admiral Luskin, our Alaric and Pete's Passion, followed in by Kingstown, Potomax Boy and Nocky. Then Switch to Me from Palace Ruler, and last in was San Diego. A classic head-bobbing finish here.
Okay, if number 8 gets it, Don't Disturb, 220, 140, or 9, Lend a Hand, 740, 240, 4 Young Inch for third, 380.
And 230 and 8. Don't Disturb at 220 and 130, with number 4, Young Inch, getting into third spot at $3. Very close finish this, as the line has been reached. It's on that free shot. Oh, well, if anything, the outside horse on that freeze, that's the ground shot. So we stand by. It's an exceptionally tight go between Lend a Hand and Don't Disturb. And the time for the race was 1:30.69, 1:30.69. And that's been a good run. Galileo holds the race record at 1:30.65 on a good track. And this has only been .04 outside. And there's the number 9 gets it. Number 9 is the winner, Lend a Hand, ridden by Kevin Moses. Number 9 is first, Lend a Hand. Number 8 is second, that is Don't Disturb, ridden by Cameron Swan. Number 4, third, Young Inch, ridden by Craig Carmody. The official fourth was number 1, Admiral Luskin. Fifth went to number 1, Pete's Passion. And sixth to number 10, Our Alaric. So the superfecta 9, 8, 4, 5, 1 and 10. The winner trained by Guy Walter for Mrs. Effie Middleton, Mrs. B.V. Maddox and K.A. Jacobs by Red Anchor from Trieste. A Bay Gelding 5 beating Don't Disturb by Rise and Shine from Interiors. A Bay Gelding 4, John Size, Cameron Swan. And Young Inches by Yates from Let Her Rip. A Chestnut Gelding 5, Pat Cass, Craig Carmody.
Racing. Came out in a good line, Ascetic Ruler dropping back after the start. First out here, Plashka with Quick Fix going fast on the outside. Alpiners with those with Savannah War where they settle down. Holderman easing back out of the fray. Plashka led now from Alpiner and Quick Fix going on with a 3 out. 2 further back, Savannah War. Ruline tucks away, 5th the fence. 2 then to Holderman. True Identity outside it from Pride of Rancho. Let's Cut Loose, the pace pretty keen. Then further back, Top Walk. 1 further back of the race, More Luskin, always a chance. Rustic Dream with 3 behind it down the side. Mecca Dance, Black Rancho, Ascetic Ruler, 800 to go. Plashka in front, 3/4 Quick Fix. 2 further back, Alpine 3rd. 1 then 2, Ruline 4th. On the outside of it, Savannah War running 5th. Then came further back, True Identity, Holderman the centre. On the inside, Pride of Rancho, 1.5, Top Walk. Let's Cut Loose, 3 out, followed by More Luskin. A length further back, Rustic Dream, always a chance. Black Rancho, Ascetic Ruler. And last of all in the races, Mecca Dance up to the turn, 500 to go. Plashka first for home, about a neck in front. On the outside is Quick Fix. Ruline right behind those from Holderman, followed by Alpina, Savannah War. In the straight, they race now at the 300-metre mark. Plashka quickly grabbed by Quick Fix. Ruline trying to get out, turns it side on, is about to get clear. No, shut out again, and picking them up, True Identity out in the middle. Now Let's Cut Loose is coming down the outside. True Identity in front. Let's Cut Loose lunging at him and got him. Let's Cut Loose gets up to win a half length. True Identity. Third home, Rustic Dream out deep from Always a Chance and Ruline. Not much luck in the straight, followed by Ascetic Ruler. Plashka back to the inside, followed by Pride of Rancho, Holderman. Then Quick Fix. Behind those, Ascetic Ruler pulling up quickly from Mecca Dance, then Black Rancho. They're followed by Savannah War, well back, Top Walk. And back there with it, More Luskin and Alpina last of all to pull up.
8 Let's Cut Loose, 9.50, 3.10, 1 True Identity, 3.60, 3 Rustic Dream at $3.
8 Let's Cut Loose, $11 and $3.40. 1 True Identity, $3 and 3 Rustic Dream, $3.30.
Run up to the winner to Pakenham recently. It has come from a long way back with the pace on most of the way, 8, 1 and 3. Number 8, Let's Cut Loose, ridden by Greg Charles. Number 1 is second. True Identity, ridden by Mark Flaherty. And third, 3, Rustic Dream, ridden by Dan Nicklick, 8, 1 and 3.
Now there's correct weight Kembler.
Off Sydney.
Beach and Dalmara smartest away. Dalmara's going to lead, although Amaru's coming up quickly, and Weather's going to make a line of 3. Interesting duel, this in the first 250 metres, where Weather goes up on the outside and takes the lead from Dalmara. Amaru drops in 2 lengths from the leaders, then Kapalua Beach, followed at her quarters on the outside Irish Maple, about 2 lengths Touristic, and about a length and 3/4 gap to join. Dalmara is the leader going onto the first corner past the 1,000, about a length and a half on Weather. Kapalua Beach has gone up on the inside of Amaru. By gee, the speed is very, very muddling, and tossing its head around is Irish Maple on its inside Touristic and 2 lengths to join. Dalmara past the 800, holds out by about a length and a quarter on Weather. 2 lengths to Kapalua Beach, racing on the inside of Amaru. About 2.5 then to Irish Maple around Touristic, and still Absolute is joined about 8 lengths off Dalmara. Racing in the direction of the corner at Andrew Payne has Dalmara in front by a length on Weather. Amaru about to be called upon by Little Len Beasley. 3 lengths to Caulfield Beach, and then Irish Maple, who's right a look to the left. Saw a joint on his outside and going up on their inside, Touristic down to the 250. Amaroo would need to get a spurt on. Delmara still shows the way. Weather's about a length off second. Amaroo can't do any better. 150 to go. Delmar in front, but Weather's pegging her back, and Touristic coming between them. Weather hits the front, but Touristic's a danger. Touristic bursts through the centre. Delmar fights back from Weather, but it is Touristic. Touristic from either Delmar or Weather, followed by Join, Caulfield Beach. Second last in the race was Irish Maple, and we can't get a favourite home here today. Amaroo's Stone Motherless.
Number 6, Touristic, to return 1985.80. Photo for the Miners. There'll be no third dividend. 3 Delmara 440 or number 1 Weather 190. More from Ian shortly. Let's pick up the replay, Canberra.
As the leader down towards the inside, running on fairly well was Hard Copy. Out wide on the track, Pitton's putting in a run, followed by Revan Let Rippon, then Better Prospect. And the next one was Zircon Last down towards the 200. And the Dark has shot away. The Dark is the leader. Hard Copy's running on fairly well, followed by Pitton's out very wide. But it's the Dark in front with about 100 metres to go. The Pitton's on the outside is coming very, very quickly, but the post is too close, and the Dark has won. Now close for second, Better Prospect or Pitton's out wide. In behind those then Hard Copy, followed then by Karate, Zircon Lass, Golden Trail, and the last one Rev and Let Rip, and the late scratchings Cantari and Security Guard.
826 official Canberra. More details shortly. Here's Ian.
The 3 is second, and that is Delmara, written by Andrew Payne, has paid $4.70. And number 1 Weather, written by Andrew Gibbons, third, no dividend. Quinell has paid $93.90, Exacta $300.50, and the trifecta $1,076.80. The winner, Touristic, is trained by Paul Cave at Warwick Farm. For Mr. J.L. Thompson, a bay mare 4 by Scenic from Quest. The runner-up is by Al Murad from Pennybridge, a chestnut mare 4, Mark Connors, A. Payne, and Weather, a brown mare 5, Canny Lad, Cannacy, and Neville McBurney, Andrew Gibbons. 1:30.79. And the sectional time 35.47 after the Quakers Inn Sawmillers Restaurant handicap.
Now the update, race 5 Doomben.
Race 5 Brisbane.
Racing. Encounter has gone away fairly. One of the first out towards the middle here. Atmosphere away fast with Bonagilla Tom on the outside and driving up on the inside now as the filly Blaze the Turf. Blaze the Turf went through to lead now from Atmosphere and Bonagilla Tom. All systems go behind those with Stenar and Encounter and Pleasure Giver on the fence. 2 further back, Command Post with Schubert on the outside of it from Gold Guru and Dennis Araya. 750 out. The leader Blaze the Turf, a neck in front of Atmosphere. A length and a half, Bonagilla Tom. Pleasure Giver is right on the inside. 4th, a length and a half, Stenar. In on the fence, Encounter. All systems go outside it from Schubert. Then further back, Command Post from Dennis Araya and Gold Guru. The leader is Blaze the Turf at the 550 metre mark, a neck in front of Atmosphere. A length, Bonagilla Tom from Pleasure Giver. Then Stenar. Further back, Encounter running about 6 when they turn, about 4 or 5 off them. Further back, then Schubert when they turn for home. Blaze the Turf 2 in front of Atmosphere. Bonagilla Tom, and now Encounter gets out. They're followed by Pleasure Giver getting off the fence. The leader Blaze the Turf from Encounter down the centre with Pleasure Giver. Blaze the Turf a length in front. Encounter pegging it back on the outside. Blaze the Turf, the leader. Encounter trying to lift. Blaze the Turf. Blaze the Turf wins a half neck Encounter. A length third is Schubert. Further back, Pleasure Giver followed by Bonagilla Tom. They're followed on the outside of it by Gold Guru. Stenar further back, Command Post. Atmosphere drop right out with Dennis Araya and all systems go.
Winner 11, Blaze the Turf, 18.60 and 4.80. 1 Encounter, 1.40. 2 Schubert, $1.90.
11 Blaze the Turf, 14.50 and 4.20. 1 Encounter, 1.50. 2 Schubert, 2.20.
Number 11, Blaze the Turf, Michael Clark. 11 the winner, Blaze the Turf. Number 11, Blaze the Turf, who was a maiden at Wangaratta, its maiden back on the 18th of August. She's been something beaten in races at Moonee Valley and at Caulfield at her last start. And today has gone into the listed Zeditave and has bounced straight to the front. And has rocketed Michael Clark back into the winner's circle today in no uncertain manner. And she's led all the way. Number 11, Blaze the Turf, with Encounter closing rapidly but missed by just on a neck. Number 1, and finishing off well outside Encounter.